Peace was good. Welcome to another hip hop album review. This is part 186. The album that we'll be reviewing this afternoon is Goodie Mob's debut album titled Soul Food, released in 1995. What better album to review than this album right here, Soul Food? So fitting for Thanksgiving, which is today. And before I start, I just want to say Happy Thanksgiving to all my subscribers out there, all to you and your family. Hope you guys have a wonderful one. For those that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hope you have a wonderful day and be easy. I know tomorrow is Black Friday, so don't go crazy over there. Me personally, my advice: don't even do the Black Friday shit. You're better off doing Cyber Monday. For one, you don't have to worry about no lines. You don't have to worry about people trying to fight you over a PlayStation. And usually when they post stuff for Black Friday, it's usually limited quantity as far as the the stuff that you're trying to get out there. But that's enough for that. Let's get into the album. Goodie Mob, for those who don't know, they're a group from Atlanta, Georgia. They consist of 4 members: CeeLo Green, Timo, Cujo, and Big Gip. Alright, those are the 4 members. They got their start back in the early 90s, particularly 1991. I looked it up, which I didn't even know, but Goodie Mob is the acronym for the good die mostly over bullshit. That's the acronym for Goodie Mob. I thought that's pretty interesting. Goodie Mob, known for their affiliation with Outkast and being part of the whole Dungeon family, which consists of Goodie Mob, Outkast, Cool Breeze, Witch Doctor, Parental Advisory, people like that. So yeah, and that's pretty much it on that note. So like I said, known for the affiliation with, like I said, Goodie Mob with Outkast, Dungeon family. Their first appearance on Wax was actually on Outkast's first album, Southern Playlistic Kind of Like Music, which I did a review on a couple years back. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't peeped that. They were featured on 2 songs. I believe the 2 songs were Call of the Wild, which was a posse cut, and Get Up, Get Out, which I thought was a great song, one of my favorite Outkast songs. Although I've always felt like that was more of a Goodie Mob song over an Outkast song, but that's just my opinion though. But yeah, enough of that. The 3 singles of the album are Cell Therapy, Soul Food, self-titled track, and Dirty South. Alright, those are the 3 singles of the album. Now I get down, I'm gonna show you guys what the CD look like. You see them chilling at the table praying before they get down. You know what I'm saying? Got good food. See Goodie Mob, in the background, like in the woods and stuff like that. Pretty dope. I'm assuming that's like by the dungeon where they recorded and stuff like that, because I know Organized Noise, they have like a house out in the woods somewhere. So that's what the CD looks like. Pretty dope. And what's cool about this booklet, it actually comes with the lyrics. Alright? Something you don't really see today, which is sad. Yep, this is all the lyrics. Open it up. Now you see Goodie Mob chilling, look like what looks like a bus stop or something. Pretty dope. And you got the fan club, where you can send letters to them, and where you can buy merchandise and stuff like that. Which people don't really do anymore, man. But then again, a lot of times you can get a lot of this stuff online and stuff like that. So but fan clubs, it really shows that the artist really being involved with the fans and stuff like that. But now that is extinct, as we have Twitter, Instagram and stuff like that. But stuff like this is definitely worthy to have, just because, you have a personal connection, and just the artist taking the time to write them back, you know what I mean? So, that's pretty dope. There's shout outs and thank yous and stuff like that. See Goodie Mob right here, pretty dope, alright? Now I get down, go through some of the tracks. Alright. First track is Free. It's just a song. It's pretty much like an interlude track by CeeLo Green, just talking about how life is hard and things like that. You go through a lot of bullshit, but he's not gonna give up. He'll do anything just to be free out of misery and stuff like that. That's what I got from the track and stuff like that. Pretty dope. Very dope way to start off the album. Alright. Track 2, Thought Process, which features Andre 3000 of Outkast. It doesn't have the track list on the features, so I'm just reading off, Wikipedia and stuff like that. So, alright. So yeah, so track 2, Thought Process, featuring 3 Stacks, Andre 3000 of Outkast fame. In this song, they just talk about, just living through the hood, the bullshit that they have to go through, just the bullshit they go through with, law enforcement, just them fucking with people, thinking that everybody from the hood, sells drugs or in some type of crime, and just looked down upon, just the bullshit that they have to go through every day, but in living in the hood, but they just try to make ends meet and just have their chin up. That's what I got from that joint right there. That's Thought Process. Track 2. Track 3, Red Dog. That's actually a skit. Red Dog. Well, the skit, it pretty much starts off with, just them chilling at the crib, whatever. Which I'm thinking is like their hangout spot, kind of like the trap house, whatever. And then they hear a knock, and then one of them opens the door, and then this Red Dog is like the task force, just coming in and arresting everybody, just arresting everybody from the trap house. And Red Dog, pretty much what it is pretty much a drug task force agency from Georgia, which stood for running every drug dealer out of Georgia. It got this start back in the late 80s, early 90s, I believe. They no longer exist because I think in 2011 they actually they got indicted. A lot of them got indicted because of excessive force, extortion, shit like that. So but then they have a new task force called Cobra, which is the current drug task force agency in Georgia and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much in a nutshell, it's just like a whole bunch of Alonzos from Training Day. That's the best way I could tell you. Just them extorting drug dealers, killing them and things like that, just corrupt ways and things like that. So that's Red Dog, but like I said, it's a skit. And going on to track 4, Dirty South, featuring Big Boy and Cool Breeze, being part of Dungeon Family. This is actually his first appearance on Wax, and in this song they actually talk about the Red Dog and how their corrupt ways and things like that. And that's actually the single, and it's actually the third and final single of the album. And like I said, it talks about the Red Dog, the agency and stuff like that. So pretty interesting with that. Track 5, Cell Therapy, which is the first single of the album. Pretty dope song. Love the song. Love the beat. Pretty dope beat. In this song, they actually talk about the NWO, the New World Order, martial law, Illuminati and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure when that song first came out, it went over people's heads, because when I first heard the song, I never really paid attention to the lyrics like that until I was doing research and just actually listening to the lyrics and reading the lyrics and stuff like that. Because I've always liked the song, but I never knew the meaning of the song. But now, when I was working on the review and doing research, that's what the song is about. So pretty interesting. And this is before talking about the Illuminati was trendy and stuff like that. So but that's Cell Therapy, track 5, pretty dope song and dope video too. Track 6, Sesame Street, just talk about just living in the hood, the bullshit that they go through, that kind of thing. They just feel like living in the hood is a punishment, but they'll do what they have to do to survive, and that's what I got from the song Sesame Street. Pretty dope song. Track 7, Guess Who, pretty dope song right there. That's pretty much like a dedication to their moms, just bigging up all the moms in the world, bigging up their moms, because without their moms, they wouldn't be the people they are today. And that's what I got from the song, like from Guess Who. So there's a nice ode to all the moms out there. The moms that are not here anymore, unfortunately, because they passed away, things like that. So it's just them dedicated to the moms. It would definitely be a nice Mother's Day track and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty dope song. Definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. Track 8, Serenity Prayer. It's just them, just praying and stuff like that. It's a skit. Track 9, Fighting. It's pretty much them. It's a weed track pretty much. It's pretty much talking about them using weed as a coping tool, like a kind of like a reality, an escapism tool, as well as liquor and stuff like that. And that's what I got from that joint. The song Fighting. And in that song, that's when they mentioned the acronym Goodie Mob, which stood for the good die young mostly over bullshit. And you can hear it on that song Fighting. That's track 9, Fighting. Track 10, Blood. Love that joint. Love that song. But unfortunately, it's a skit. But the song is it's pretty much CeeLo Green just singing the hook twice. And the song is pretty much about it's a AIDS awareness track. The only way you'll be able to find to hear the full song is if you it's featured on the AIDS compilation album that came out in 1996, which stood for America is Dying Slowly. Very dope compilation. I did show you guys that compilation. I think last year when I bought it, or the year before, I don't remember. Pretty dope song. That's actually one of my favorite Goodie Mob songs of all time. It's definitely one of my favorite beats from Organized Noise. But it's a shame that song is not on this album. But it is on the AIDS awareness album, the AIDS compilation album that came out in '96. Dope compilation, like I said before. Dope song, definitely check it out. And then we have YouTube, so there's no excuse not to hear that song. But it would have been nice to be on the album. Track 11, Live at the Omni. It's an acronym for 1 million niggas inside. In this song, they just talk about their hatred for cops and stuff like that. That's what I got from that joint right there. Pretty dope. Track 12, Goodie Bag. Love the beat for this shit. It's definitely one of my favorite songs off the album. It's actually an ode to weed. It's a weed track. That's what I got from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind weed tracks as long as it's done well. Because sometimes weed tracks can be a little bit overbearing at times, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, pretty dope song, man. I really enjoyed that song a lot. Track 13, Soul Food, which is actually the second single off the album. Pretty dope song right there. Like I said, since it's Thanksgiving, what better album to listen to than this album right here? It's a dope song, very smooth, very dope. What I got from that song is pretty much their love for soul food. Soul food being food like chitlins, which I'm not a big fan of. That shit is nasty as fuck. But if you like that, then so be it. Candied yams, collard greens, mac and cheese, fried chicken, neck bones, you know what I'm saying? Sauce, you know what I'm saying? I never had sauce before. That's a southern thing, but grits, shit like that. They just talk about their love for that, and they just talk about not eating beef, not eating fast food, and stuff like that. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. Dope song too, dope video as well. Track 14, Funeral, is just them attending a funeral and stuff like that, just talking during the funeral, during the service and stuff like that. Nothing to it. Track 15, I Didn't Ask to Come. Pretty dope song, pretty deep, just talking about them, how people that they grew up or, they know that's close to them end up dying. They're so used to death, and it's like, they kind of lose hope because, like, all these people behind, like, close to them, are dying, due to the streets and stuff like that, but it's just them trying to, like, survive and stuff like that, but, just trying to keep their head up and stuff like that. That's what I got from the song, I Didn't Ask to Come, you know what I'm saying? So, And that's definitely relatable because the way shit is now, you know, with Donald Trump being in office and oh my god, this is like it's so bad right now. You want to talk about America? Want to make America great again? Stop with your bullshit. You know, stop with the war. Stop with stop with the racism. You know, all that stuff, man. Like, just understand that not everybody's gonna agree. Everybody's gonna have different views, but as long as we respect each other, that's all that matters, man. Yeah, and that's the thing with that. But yeah, that's I Didn't Ask to Come. That's track 15. Track 16. It's just a skit. It's just Rico Wade of Organized Noise. Just talking or whatever. Track 17, The Coming, which features Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor, very dope MC from Atlanta, Georgia. I showed you guys his first album that came out like 97, 98. I think it was called A-SWAT, Healing Some Ritual. It came out 1997, very dope. Very different, he has a different style, but I actually enjoyed it. The song The Coming. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, it's Witch Doctor's first appearance on Wax. That's what I like about it. Pretty dope. Track 18, CeeLo. It's a skit, just CeeLo just talking about racism and about how racism brings out. It pretty much exposes people for who they are. Again, getting back to. And he talks a little bit about white people, about how, when it comes to certain things like that they're passionate about. Again, not all white people, but the racist motherfuckers. When they're passionate about something, and when it comes to like, for example, like the whole thing with guns and so like gun control, like how they're so defensive when it comes, like Americans in general are so defensive when it comes to this gun shit. Like anytime there's a gun shooting or a mass shooting, like like Las Vegas, New York, and other places, man. And when people talk about gun control, people get buttered like, oh, you're not taking away my guns and that kind of thing. And then he pretty much talks about shit like that, and that's what I got from the joint CeeLo. And track 19, the last track, pretty dope. It's just them talking, featured Ronnie. It just pretty much talks about being able to wake up to see another day. Just being grateful to be able to wake up and see another day, like I said before. And they talk about people that's unfortunate. That is in unfortunate situations that they can't do that because they're dead. Either from drugs or alcohol, gang shootings, and violence and stuff like that, diseases. Sorry about that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. Overall, dope album. In my opinion, this ATLians, not ATL, Southern Playlist Cadillac Music is the album that actually put Atlanta, put Atlanta on the map and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think of Atlanta, I always think of Outkast and ATL and Goodie Mob. You know what I'm saying? Just like their whole steez and the laid back flow and things like that. What I love about this album, I love the dark production that this album has. Compared to Southern Playlist and Cadillac Music, which was like more laid back, more funky. Even though this is like funky too, but it's dark too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, love this album. This album should be easy to find. I think it's out of print. I could be wrong about that, but definitely a must-have in everybody's collection. Even if you're not a fan of hip hop, this is an album you should own. This is an album that I rarely hear people talk about. You know what I mean? The only time you'll hear about it is when they'll talk about like the anniversary of the album. But I never really heard somebody. Well, that's a lie, because I was gonna say somebody that actually talked thoroughly about the album is David Banner. He talks about how the album affected him, and I'll post it down in the description box. You know, all the goodies and stuff like that. That's it, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. Happy Thanksgiving once again. Eat a lot of food, get that itis, you know what I'm saying? That's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.